We all have different ways that we like to rig up our camera kits. I could be doing one of a dozen totally different sorts of jobs with my camera kit every day. So I've rigged up my FX6 in a way that should cope with most things without significant reworking. So in case this helps you, here's my setup for the Sony FX6. One of my main requirements for camera kit is speed, and to help this I have this Sackler doctor bag which fits the whole FX6 setup in, completely assembled, including matte box. The only thing I have to add is a battery. So pop that onto there, take the lens cap off, of course. You thought I was going to forget that, didn't you? Get the battery out and put the battery onto this plate here. So this battery plate runs the camera and the Ninja 5. It's got a little 4 D-tap adapter there, comes straight out of the plate, so you can swap the battery without having to detach anything from the battery, which is nice. And that is all there. So that's as quick as it takes to get it out of the bag and onto the tripod and ready to shoot with a backup recorder and a big screen. I haven't got round to putting another gubbins on the viewfinder yet because most of my work is tripod, so I haven't really worried about that too much, so because I use the screen here more often. And of course the nice thing about this is I can take it off like this, swing the arm round, lock that in nice and tight, extend it, and I'm tripod to handheld in seconds, and with no compromises. That's everything I really need to be completely handheld, even with the shoulder mount in the right place. I can get at the audio controls if I need to, I can get at all the camera controls. Brilliant. And when I need to, without having to adjust anything, back onto the sticks. So what gear have I used and how have I got to the solution? Let's break it down. The key to all this really is this, which is the Chrosziel FX6 base plate. So it fits onto any VCT14. I happen to have the Chrosziel Quick Lock one here, which is fantastically solid. But it allows the FX6 to be mounted with an adjustable shoulder plate. If I can find the screw for it. The shoulder plate adjusts fore and aft. It will go further, but I've put these rails in because I put something on the back sometimes. So you can add more accessories onto the back of the camera that way. You've got that huge range of slide on the shoulder pad, and that's kind of the base of everything. So on there sits my rails, on there is my beautiful Chrosziel matte box here, which obviously is vital. You know, you can't do without a matte box. You use it all the time for everything. I have got the Chrosziel top plate on here. I haven't actually got anything attached to it at the moment, but quite useful if I did need to. Almost anything, you know, can screw on here. Radio transmitters, receivers, all that sort of business. I've added a hot shoe mount to the top of the FX6 handle so that when I've got, say, my double radio mic adapter on the My Shoe at the front, I've got room for another radio transmitter or receiver at the back here, or some other accessory like a magic arm with a light on it, something like that might be useful. At the back here, on the back of the Chrosziel plate, we have got a dual ball head arm. Now this is much more solid than your usual magic arm because it actually clamps the two parts of the thing together. So these two balls in here make it much more solid than traditional magic arms, which I have grown to hate. Power-wise, as I mentioned, we have one battery powering everything. This is an Anton Bauer. I'm going to turn the monitor off and show you. I only need to turn the monitor off and not the camera because the camera's got its own battery still in there. So that's a backup. If I lose this one or it runs out, doesn't matter. The camera will still keep going on its own battery. So under there, you can see we have this V-lock plate, which I happen to have spare. That's mounted onto a Smallrig battery receiver plate or battery back plate, which is screwed directly into the Chrosziel base plate. Off of that is a 4-way D-tap splitter, which means that the Atomos recorder can take its power from there, and I've also got a D-tap to FX9 power cable in there. So it all runs off the one battery. Really useful. There's a few options for this thing, the handle. I particularly like this one. This is the Chrosziel one. I was sent this for testing, and I've kept it because it's really useful. It's got this little handle there that's really easy to grab and adjust. Even when it's on this side of the camera, you can feel it easily, grab it, adjust it, and it's very easy to lock down really tight, and it's easy to get at this little slidey handle as well, to extend that out. It comes with an extension for the camera control from the grip, so you don't even have to think about that, it's all included. I've just got this little old ECM XM1 camera mic off the top, which I think actually came off my FS700, but it's such a good mic. It's only ever there for scratch audio anyway, but I have done interviews with it. It's good enough for that, and that kind of is it. Apart from the big beautiful Chrosziel matte box on the front, which I'm a big fan of, it's kind of my whole setup. There's only a few odd little connectory bits that you might already have in your kit box. I did. And if not, it's, they're easy to find. Smallrig and other places make, little extra parts very cheap that you can use to help screw things together and make them nice and solid. But this really is, as it's set up, a really, really solid, reliable thing. Even the monitor here is not going to move about at all. It's on that double ball head. It's really, really solid on there. Yeah, so that's how I've rigged my FX6. Sorry it was a bit quick, but who wants a long video these days? Let's get going, let's get out there shooting. So that's my FX6 setup. Thanks very much for watching.